JD Martinez might be returning Friday. The Mets salvage a series with the Dodgers. They win 2 out of 3. JD Martinez might be coming back Friday, which is great for the Mets. This is All Things Mets, where you leads Mets media. Everything about the Mets on this channel. Definitely do me a favor, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy Mets content and baseball content in general. Let's get into today's video, and that is going to be honestly about JD Martinez. Yes, him possibly coming to Friday, for the Mets, actually being with the Mets on Friday, I know that there's a lot of news with the Mets right now. Francisco Alvarez is on the shelf. Beatty's come, he's back. Brooks Raley went to the IL. So honestly, the Mets need some good news. And JD Martinez looks like he's gonna be coming to the Mets on Friday, which is big news for the New York Mets. Big news for the fans. Big news for just in general the team, because they need a pick me up. They need something like that. After losing, Francisco Alvarez, which is a big blow. It's not like it's a little blow. So this is something that the Mets need to happen. JD Martinez needs to be with this team. This is the guy. This is the DH. This is the designated hitter that you want in that spot. In that big spot, bases loaded, in a big situation, you want JD Martinez up. JD Martinez is one of the best hitters, for the previous years when it comes to baseball. And a guy that, basically hit 27 home runs, or 30 home runs last year. That's something you like. That's something, a guy that could be good in RBI situations, hit home runs, hit for power. So that is something that the Mets desperately need. And then it comes to the Mets. Yeah, the Mets salvaged a series, guys. They beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3. Looked really sloppy in the last game, but it was the last game of the series. It was what it was. Honestly, when it comes to the Mets, that news, I know that took a blow on the Mets. I know that wasn't what you wanted to hear with the Francisco Alvarez news. They did win game 2, though. Starling Marte is looking like his old self. Starling Marte is really looking like 2022 Mets. Marte, even better. He might even be better right now because he is hitting for power. He's really good in RBI situations right now. He is stealing bases. Starling Marte is doing everything that you want. That, if you're a Met fan, that you want Starling Marte to do. So I love Starling Marte. I've always liked Starling Marte, but 2023, I felt like he had a lot of injuries. It was a lot of injuries. There was a lot of concern there, and he tried, but it just wasn't. It didn't come to fruition. It really didn't. So now this season in 2024, Marte is playing out of his mind right now. He's playing out of his mind right now. Harrison Bader swinging the bat good. You got positive. Beatty's coming, back now. Beatty, is going to take some time to get up to speed. But I think that the Mets have some things going for themselves. They won 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. That isn't an easy quest. When it comes to the Dodgers, we know how the Dodgers have dominated the New York Mets. Every time they go over there to their stadium, the West Coast, and they basically lose, or they just get destroyed by Clayton Kershaw or something like that. But there was no Clayton Kershaw. There wasn't that big pitcher that the Mets really had to face other than Glasnow, which Glasnow destroyed the Mets for 10 strikeouts. But honestly, when it comes to the Mets, I am excited about this team. I am excited for what is happening with this team right now, because this is just looking like a really good team. And if the pitching can stay, steady, and the bullpen can stay steady, then that is going to be good for the Mets. But Brooks Raley to the IL, that is a blow. Brooks Raley was one of the best relievers, definitely a guy that you could put in a big situation to get a right-handed batter, to get a left-handed batter. Brooks Raley is definitely a guy that is important to this bullpen. So it sucks that he is going to be on the IL. But, the Mets have to move on. The Mets got to make, decisions. They got to make decisions. And I heard Aaron Loop is a free agent. Now, I don't know if the Mets are going to sign Aaron Loop, but I think that when it comes to the Mets, David Stearns is going to do whatever he can to improve this team, make this team better, do what needs to be done. And I love what this team is doing. Definitely going to be making more videos about prospects, what's going on with the prospects, in the Mets system, because there's a lot of exciting prospects, and definitely Christian Scott is one of them. But When it comes to pitching, Jose Buro looked good in this series. Adrian Hauser, looked pretty good in this series as well. But Adrian Hauser, it's not like he's going to be a shutout pitcher. You're not going to get that. And it's the Dodgers. So you kind of expected that third game to really lose that game. But now you got San Francisco. Now you got San Francisco, a 10-13 team, not the best team right now. They're not firing on all cylinders right now. And I think that the Mets have to take advantage of that. They got to take this series. This is a big series for the Mets. Another West Coast series, yes. Unfortunately, it is what it is. These West Coast games just keep us late. But when it comes to this situation like this, the Mets have to, pounce on these guys. I'm sure Luis Severino is going to get a start this series. Probably Quintana. Quintana's going to start game one. Then you're going to have Luis Severino, and then we'll go from there. But I think when it comes to the Mets rotation, you really like what you've seen from Luis Severino overall. But Quintana, this is a big start for Quintana because after struggling, yes, he did struggle. He did struggle in his last start, even though he only allowed one run. Because Quintana just does what Quintana does, man. This guy's a really good pitcher, smart pitcher, and the Mets are really lucky to have Quintana. But this is a big series for the Mets to win, guys. The Mets have to win this series. The Mets have to put some pressure on the division because the Braves are not going to lose. The Braves just keep on winning. So the Mets have to keep on winning. And I'm not going to say that the Mets can win the division, but from what we've seen with the Braves, their lineup is spectacular, but their pitching is their weakness right now. And, their bullpen, it's okay. So when it comes to that, I don't think the division is done for. I don't think that the Braves have the division in hand and they're going to run away with it just now. Now, it is possibly that, that lineup is just too much for a lot of people. And now they're going to be facing the Marlins, in today's game. So, I mean, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to catch up to the Braves. But I think if the Mets really play good baseball, they can do that. But they're going to have to play spectacular baseball, not even just good baseball. And that's going to be hard because, the Braves just faced the Texas Rangers, who isn't a bad team, and the Astros, and they still beat them. They still won those series. So when it comes to the Mets and the Braves, maybe the division isn't in the cards for the Mets, but I think that it's not out of the question. I don't think that it's out of the question. So I think that the Mets, if they play great baseball, if they, play the baseball that really got them to this streak, to the 6-game winning streak, then, yes, you lost last night, but you got to start up a new streak. You got to get hot again. You got to do what you need to do. And maybe when JD Martinez comes back, this is going to help the offense because the offense is good right now, but definitely with JD Martinez is going to hopefully be better. Now, yeah, man, that's going to be the video. Let me know what you guys think about the series. Are you guys excited about the San Francisco Giants series and the Mets? Do you think that the Mets can win this series? I know that the Dodgers was a different story because of their team. You got Ohtani, you got Mookie Betts, you got Freddie Freeman. You got 3 MVPs there. Now, in the Giants, it's a different story. You got some younger guys, and, you don't have that much good pitching except for Logan Webb, which I don't know really if they're going to face yet. But Logan Webb is a really good pitcher, and he's been really good for them. So when it comes to the Mets, they got to win this series. This is a big series for the Mets to win, and they got to put some pressure, man. Just stay positive. Stay positive, Mets fans, please. Let's stay at 500 and even above. I want to win the games. I want the Mets to do well, so I hope they do. But yeah, man, that's going to be the video. Let me know what you guys think about the San Francisco Giants. What do you guys think about JD Martinez coming back? And what do you guys think about salvaging the series, with the Dodgers and winning 2 out of 3, which was big? Let me know what you guys think. I love interacting with you guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys. Definitely do me a favor, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And yeah, man, I'm out of here. See y'all later. Have a good one. Stay blessed. LFGM for life.